Well, sir, my name's Jack. To hear folks talk, I done pretty good, that big beanstalk. Let me tell you about my courting days and see if the hair on your head don't raise. I love this mean old doctor's girl. He is about the worst, to grumble and snarl. One day he grabbed me with his eyes wild, said, "No poor boy's gonna marry my child." So I set out a roaming to get me some cash when I come on some robbers brewing corn mash. And they said, "Young feller, you'll have to hang if you don't tie in with this robbing gang." So I stole the silver lining from the clouds in the sky. I stole the horse from Jesse James as he went riding by. I stole John Bunyan's oxen, I stole every treasure known. Then I bought me a little VW and went riding back home. When old Doc seen I was rich, he cried. Then he turned around and said it lied about all that stealing. But what was best, he allowed he'd try me in a little test. He said he wasn't about to admit he was beat, till I come over there and stole the sheet out from under him and his old wife and cat, and them was sleeping on it. Now he is proud of that. Well, I was young and foolish, I said I'd try. That night when the moon was high, I made me a dummy with a wooden head and snuck up to the window there next to Doc's bed. I heard them three a-snoring like a buzzing aeroplane. I hoisted up that dummy and broke out the window pane. Doc grabbed his rifle, took his aim, and he fired a mighty sound. I groaned and dropped the dummy, spreading ketchup all around. Doc's woman cussed when the body fell. "Now look what you done, we'll catch to jail if you don't bury Jack, his hat and all, or they miss him and send for the law." When Doc went to barn to get him a spade, I grumbled and growled through the window shade. "You better take the sheet off the bed, I guess, and hand it out here so I can clean up this mess." A few minutes later, I heard Doc laugh. "It's just a block of wood I've shot in half." But his old woman said at the kitchen door, "Well, what'd you want that bed sheet for?" They both knew I had fooled them, so sadly they did speak. "Let's tell the girl she'll have to marry Jack next Sunday week." And though they searched the whole night through until the misty dawn, they never found their darling girl. I'd done swiped her and gone. I used to be the kind of guy who always came to town with money in my pockets and the time to run around and play with all the gay and lovely girls as bachelors will do. But I would give them all away if I could marry you. For I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you won't marry me. I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you won't marry me.
If I was a fox so fine and fresh and you the hop in town, I'd run into my hole and wait until you put your sweet nose down, and then I'd kiss you once or twice, keep you from the trail, and maybe this romance would start another folksy tale. 'Cause I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you will marry me. I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you will marry me.
If I was a bull, I'd moo at you every time you passed, and like a plane's propeller, my long tail would fan the grass as you walked along and sang a song that would cause the milk to curd. I'd be the first bull known to man to sing out like a bird. Oh, I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you won't marry me. I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you won't marry me.
If I was a cat and you the mouse, I'd hang around your nest, and if you wouldn't play with me, I'd beat upon my chest until my own heart's blood began to pour. I'd fall upon my knees. I'd spend my money buying you the best imported cheese. 'Cause I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you will marry me. I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you will marry me. So listen, all you married men who often envy me, don't give up your home cooking to go, buzzing like the bee who sees the pretty flowers in the fields and thinks, oh, what a tree.
to gather honey from them all for someone else to eat. But I'm gonna be a bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. I'm gonna be a bachelor if you won't marry me. Went walking down the street one day, said, hey there, my lady, you sure look good to me and I'd like to make you my baby. She said, swell, and I felt good, I thought I'd hook to keep her. But the price eggs went up that day and they ain't never got no cheaper. She was a T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart, heart, heart. T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart. Well, diamonds look like glass, a star looks like a planet, and a heart of gold weighs about the same as a heart's made of granite. And you can't tell a queen these days from some old high-class floozy. I ain't a king, but I know by now that I should have been a little more choosy. She was a T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart, heart, heart. T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart. I'm not an educated feller, I didn't go too far in school, but I can count and read and write and tell a horse from a mule. But trying to judge a woman, boys, it's bound to bring you tears. There's many different kinds of girls, but they all got the same size ears. She was a T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart, heart, heart. T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart. A T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart, heart, heart. T-bone talking woman, but she had a hot dog heart. Last night I gave you roses, soft as velvet, flaming red. You didn't open up the box, you gave 'em back instead. They look so red when I gave them to you, but tonight the roses are blue. They are blue, the roses are blue, blue as can be. They are blue, the roses are blue, the roses and me. A dozen lovely roses, one for each month of the year. And in the box a note that said, I'll always love you, dear. They say red roses stand for love that's true, but tonight the roses are blue. They are blue, the roses are blue, blue as can be. They are blue, the roses are blue, the roses and me. Lovely roses and me, lonely roses and me. Well, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, gonna mess around. I'm going to Jackson, you know I'm pleasure bound. I breeze into that city, people gonna scrape and bow. All them women gonna beg me, teach them what they don't know how. I'm going to Jackson, you turn loose my coat. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, goodbye, that's all she wrote.
When they laugh at you in Jackson, I'll be dancing on the pony cage. Then I'll lead you around town like a scolded hound, with your tail tucked between your legs. Go on to Jackson,
I'm going there.
you big talking man.
Just come on down, honey.
I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my Japan fan.
Yeah, we got mad in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. We're going to Jackson, that's a fact. We're going to Jackson, ain't never coming back. I'm going to Jackson, that's a fact. We're going to Jackson. You got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe, and you must give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Drink all the water you can hold, wash your face, cool your feet, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. I was traveling west of Buckskin on my way to a cattle run, across the little cactus desert under a hard bargaining sun. Thirsty down to my toenails, I stopped to rest me on a stump, but I tell you, I just couldn't believe it when I saw that water pump. I took it to be a mirage at first that'll fool a thirsty man. Then I saw a note stuck in a baking powder can. This pump is old, the note began, but she works, so give her a try. I put a new sucker washer in her and you may find the leather dry. So you'll have to prime the pump and work at handle like there's a fire. Under that rock you'll find some water left there in a vinegar jar. Now there's just enough to prime it with, so don't you go drinking first. Just pour it in and pump like hell, and buddy, you'll quench your thirst. You got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe, and you must give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Drink all the water you can hold, wash your face, cool your feet, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. Well, I found the jar and I tell you nothing was ever prettier to my eye, and I was tempted strong to drink it, 'cause that pump looked mighty dry. But the note went on, have faith, my friend, there's water down below. You've got to give to really get, I'm the one that ought to know. So I poured in a jar and started pumping, and I heard a beautiful sound of water bubbling and splashing up out of that pipe in the ground. I took off my shoes and drunk my fill of that cool, refreshing treat. Then I thanked the Lord, and I thanked that pump, and I thanked old Desert Pete. You got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe, and you must give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Drink all the water you can hold, wash your face, cool your feet, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. Drink all the water you can hold, wash your face, cool your feet, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. He rode easy in the saddle, he is tall and lean, and at first you'd have thought nothing but a streak of mean could make a man look so downright strong, but one look in his eyes and you know just wrong. He was a mountain man, and I want you to know he could preach hot hell or freezing snow. He carried a Bible in a canvas sack, and folks just called him the Reverend Mr Black. He was poor as a beggar, but he rode like a king. Sometimes in the evening I'd hear him sing, I got to walk that lonesome valley. I got to walk it by myself, oh, nobody else can walk it for me. I got to walk it by myself. If ever I could have thought this man in black was soft and had any yell up his back, I give that notion up the day a lumberjack come in and it wasn't to pray. He kicked open the meeting house door and cussed everybody up and down the floor. And then when things got quiet in the place, he walked up and cussed in the preacher's face. He hit that reverend like the kick of a mule, and to my way of thinking it took a pure fool to turn the other cheek to that lumberjack. But that's what he did, the Reverend Mr. Black. He stood like a rock, a man among men, and let that timber giant hit him again. Then with a voice as kind as could be, he cut him down like a big oak tree when he said, you got to walk that lonesome valley. You got to walk it by yourself, oh, nobody else can walk it for you. You got to walk it by yourself. It's been many years since we had to part, and I guess I learned his ways by heart. I can still hear his sermons ring down in the valley where he used to sing. I followed him, yes sir, and I don't regret it. And I hope that I'll always be a credit to his memory, 'cause I want you to understand the Reverend Mr. Black was my old man. I got to walk that lonesome valley. I got to walk it by myself, oh, nobody else can walk it for me. I got to walk it by myself. I feel so good come payday. I think of all the things I'm gonna buy my girl when I pick up my weekly pay. Don't you know? But then they hand me that little brown envelope. I peep inside and Lord, I lose all hope. 'Cause from them total wages earned down to that net amount that's due, I feel a painful sense of loss between the two.
Federal tax.
There goes that bracelet for her arm.
County tax.
There goes that new fence for my farm.
State income tax.
There goes that brand new Pontiac.
Withholding tax.
There goes the shirt right off my back. You can dream of T-bone steak and champagne too. You can dream, but that's about all that you can do. 'Cause by the time old Uncle Sam gets through, you can buy your honey a pair of hose, a little powder for her nose, and take her down to Sloppy Joe's for beer and stew. Them are the facts. After tax, you can dream about vacations in the sun. You can dream and maybe have a little fun. But by the time your good old Uncle Sam gets done, you got just enough for gas to see them city limits pass. And if you get back home first class, I'd say you won.
Federal tax.
There goes that bracelet for her arm.
County tax.
There goes that new fence for my farm.
Luxury tax.
Send back that shortwave radio.
Insurance tax.
Cancel that trip to Mexico.
State income tax.
Forget that brand new Pontiac.
Withholding tax.
There goes the shirt right off my back. I'll never meet another hunk of woman like my Ann. She makes me feel like a great big man. I'm gonna go tell her mother what I think about her. Say thank you, ma'am, for giving me your daughter Ann. She sure is stacked from her toes to the pretty little nape of her neck. She's packed like a seed in a grape. She's smooth as marble skin. When I see her, I believe I'm a real young guy. And every time I go to work, I think I might die if I can't hurry home again. If the good Lord worked all night on making me a female plan, I'd say no thanks, Lord, I'll just keep Ann. How could I ever look at any other woman when I got Ann? It feels so good when she takes my hand. I'm gonna go tell her daddy what I think about her. Say thank you, man, for giving me your daughter Ann. If I come home feeling like I've been run all over by a 10-ton truck, she can rub my shoulder and ease my aches and pain. If I lose my job and I'm down to my silver dollar and I'm feeling like a dried up gourd in a holler, she cools my brow like summer rain. If the good Lord worked 100 years of making me a female plan, I'd say no thanks, Lord, I'll just keep Ann. Traveling down that cold town road, listen to my rubber tires whine. Goodbye to Buckeye and White Sycamore, I'm leaving you behind. I've been a cold man all my life, laying down track in the hole. Got a back like an ironwood bent by the wind, blood veins blue as the coal, blood veins blue as the coal. Somebody said that's a strange tattoo you have on the side of your head. I said that's the blueprint left by the coal, just a little more and I'd be dead. But I love the rumble and I love the dark, I love the cool of the sled. But it's on down the new road looking for a job, this traveling and looking I hate. I've stood for the union, walked in the line, fought against the company, stood for the UMW of A. Now who's going to stand for me? I got no house and I got no pay, just got a worried soul. And this blue tattoo on the side of my head, left by the number 9 coal, left by the number 9 coal. Someday when I die and go to heaven, the land of my dreams, I won't have to worry on losing my job to bad times or big machines. I'm not going to pay my money away for dues or hospital plans. I'm gonna pick coal while the blue heavens roll and sing with the angel band. I'm not going to pay my money away for dues or hospital plans. I'm gonna pick coal while blue heavens roll and sing with the angel band. to sky. Stars come trembling on my eye, stars to tremble my eye. And I feel like something's gonna die. I feel like something's gonna die. I feel like something's gonna die. Hand me wings for to fly. High is heaven in early morn. High is heaven in early morn. Men lie sleeping in beds that are warm. Sleep in beds that are warm. And I feel like something's being born. I feel like something's being born. I feel like something's being born. Tells my soul not to mourn. Jesus born to be King of all. Jesus born to be King of all. Jesus born to be King of all. And they say he lay in straw, brown straw. And they say he lay in the straw. I got great big blisters on my bloodshot eyes from looking at that long-legged female up ahead. What she does simply walking down the sidewalks of the city makes me think about some stray cat getting fed. She's got a whole lot of motion in her soul, I know, but her soul's not the place she lets it show. She's got a body, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
she's got emotion, oh yeah,
oh yeah,
she's gonna get me, oh yeah,
oh yeah.
she's gonna burn me, oh yeah.
Amen.
She's gonna tear my soul apart, put big blisters on my heart. What a mighty crazy cooking way to go. Now I got great big blisters on my fingertips from reaching in my pocketbook and picking out the bills. And I got tiny white blisters in my throat and trying to ease my nervous tensions, taking all them patent pills. Ever since we started running around from bar to bar, I just can't eat a bite to keep my stomach settled down. She's got a body, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
she's got emotion, oh yeah,
oh yeah,
she done got me, oh yeah,
oh yeah.
she done burned me, oh yeah.
Amen.
She done tore my soul apart, put big blisters on my heart. What a mighty crazy cooking way to go. Ever since we started running around from bar to bar, I just can't eat a bite, keep my stomach settled down. She's got that body, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
and that motion, oh yeah.
oh
And
yeah,
she done got me, oh yeah.
oh yeah.
She done burned me, oh yeah.
Amen.
She done tore my soul apart and put big blisters on my heart. But what a mighty crazy cooking way to go.